Hello, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to join us to learn how to use real-time data to respond to crime faster from a common operational picture. My name is Christina, and I'm your moderator today. This is a live demonstration that is being recorded. Since the platform is so dynamic, we want to encourage you to reach out to us following the demonstration so we can work with you on your specific use case with the technologies that you're using in your local community. That said, we know that your time is valuable, so we want to be hyper-focused with this demonstration. Often, the feedback we receive from people upon their first time seeing mass volumes of data moving around on a real-time map is, what in the world am I looking at? LiveEarth is a real-time data visualization platform that has the capacity to present millions of data sources on a common operational view. It was developed nearly a decade ago for the US military to bring a variety of data sources into a single view so that a two-star general could make decisions faster based on the way different data was interacting with one another. So with that in mind, and before we begin this presentation, I encourage you to take a moment to think about the different data sources your organization currently collects and analyzes. Think of the personnel responsible for each data source and their role interpreting that data while leveraging other data that you collect. And now I'll pass it over to my colleague Lindsay to present a real-time use case of a local community that used real-time data visualization to respond to a crime faster. In the next few minutes, she'll show you how to bring a variety of data sources together on a common operational picture with configured alerts to help streamline your operations and give your officers the real-time information they need to protect your community and solve crime faster. Take it away, Lindsay.
Thank you, Christina, and thank you for having me today. What you're seeing here is a quick overview of the LiveEarth platform. We're currently looking at Hartford, Connecticut, where a real-time incident occurred a while ago that we're going to show you today. On the left-hand side, you'll see our menu where we have the ability to open our live layer screen. Here we can see a number of different layers currently filtered for the Hartford area. And we can see that as I turn visibility on or off for the dispatch icons, they will appear or disappear from the map using this little eye symbol. We can do this for any other layer, and we can also use our preference widget to open it and change settings for that specific data layer in case you wanted to change the icon size, label the different units, as we can see with Engine 2 up here, or heat map them, or a number of other features. I'm going to go ahead and close out of here. We'll turn labels off, shut this down, and talk about the actual incident that's occurring. I'm going to go ahead and use our DVR controls at the bottom of the screen to hit play and start this scenario. You can see that we're back in May of 2018, and I'm going to use the faster button to speed things up a little bit. As we go forward, we're going to notice a computer-aided dispatch event pop up right here. And when we click on it, we're able to see that this is a motor vehicle accident with an injury. We can then see the fire trucks begin to respond, the police trucks responding, and we're going to notice this bus coming down the road. I'm going to pause this for just a moment because that bus is a little bit bigger than the rest of my icons, and I decided that I want to change the size of that icon. I'm going to go search for my bus layer, open the preference widget, find the icon size, and change it to medium. And my bus is now looking the same size as the rest of my icons. In a real-time situation, this would all be set up the way that you want to have it. You're going to notice that this bus comes down, and its normal trajectory is to actually continue straight down through this accident and along the street. In this particular case, though, the road is shut down, so the bus is going to get routed around the accident in real time and start heading down Belden Street. This is important information because in this situation, the suspect was actually seen fleeing from the scene of the crime in a northwesterly direction, which is why you're going to start noticing some police cars fishing around up here and looking for the suspect. And it might be important for them to note that the bus is in this area as well. That may be a mode of transportation that the suspect jumped on as a way or a means of getting away from the scene. A little while later, we're going to notice a red circle with the letter M pop up on it up here. That is going to be a shot detection event, and it's going to be followed, there it is, a little bit while later by a computer-aided dispatch event. What happened here is we're going to click on the shot detection event and open it up. There's 2 of them. And we can see here that there is one shooter that fired 7 rounds and a second shooter that fired 4 rounds. This was actually an officer-involved shooting, which is why the shot detection event popped up first and the computer-aided dispatch event came in a few minutes later, because the officer needed to return fire before he was able to call in the CAT event. Clearly, we see a number of police officers descend upon the scene. This is a big deal. And we're going to notice that they're responding. If we jump ahead in time, right now we're at about 6 p.m. at night, 6:10. We're going to jump ahead to 6:20, just because I know the scene and we know what's happening. And we're going to be able to see that we get an additional data point popping up here if we zoom in on the scene. This is a social media post from a local news station. And what's happening in the actual news post is it's linking the vehicle accident that happened over here with the shooting that happened over here. So ultimately what we're doing is we're giving the police the ability to see public data that everybody has access to, such as traffic flow, traffic cameras, weather events. We're layering in their private data, such as their AVL, where their police cars and their fire trucks are located, their computer-aided dispatch technology, as well as shot detection, LPR, or any other technologies that they're using on a day-to-day basis. Those are all pulled in and layered together so that we're able to provide real-time situational awareness as scenes are happening. We're able to layer in additional data like social media posts and Twitter posts and give them a common operational picture so that they have all of the information they need to make quick decisions and respond appropriately. The great thing is it also gives them the ability to go back after the fact and recreate the scene to understand what happened. So if we pause this and go back to the beginning of this whole incident, we're able to ask questions like who got to the scene of the crime first? How long did it take us to respond? In this case, we can see that this officer got there first. How long did it take us to respond? Was this the best use of resources? It allows you to replay the incident so that you can ask questions and make changes about how you might want to handle things differently. That's it for the live demonstration of Live Earth for a public safety entity. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Christina.
Thanks, Lindsay. As you've just seen, Live Earth can present millions of data sources in concert of one another. Think of all of the data that you're collecting, the independent screens that that data is presented on, and how much value it would bring to your organization to see all of that data interact with one another on an intuitive, interactive map. Then manage the real-time alerts that you've configured that notify you in real time how your data layers are interacting with one another. It truly answers the question, what can you do with all of your data? So as I said earlier, we want to encourage you to connect with us so we can help you streamline your operations so that you can focus on what matters most, keeping your community safe. Head on over to liveearth.com/demo and we'll be in touch with you to schedule your custom demo experience. Thank you for your time and have a great day ahead.